You should be live.
Yeah.
Someone test it, please. Baba Kushak. I hear it. The notifications.
Yeah, you just pop up on my.
I
You
ain't
got sound?
get popped up.
You ready, brother?
All right. Shalom, shalom. Before we go official, I'm just gonna read this because it just came in from Yadazak, my son. It says, shooter walks in a birthday party in Colorado Springs, murders his girlfriend and 5 others before killing himself. All right, 7 people are dead after the assailant allegedly walked into a birthday party at a trailer park in Colorado Springs. He began shooting, killing his girlfriend and 5 other adults before taking his own life. You know that was an Edomite. All right?
No doubt.
So, hey, because why he's dead and America's dead. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Shalom.
Double honors up to this.
That was
I thought my shit
America's dead. That's it.
It is, but double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity. You know, to the scattered elect and scattered around the four corners of the earth, the speckled birds, and to the few Akwak that are listening and learning. To you, we say shalom. All right, and we're gonna play a sound bite from this video. And I did a video earlier about that pipeline, not realizing how big that pipeline is, and then I'll listen to the news broadcaster say it's not just a pipeline, it's the pipeline. And when you take that and you add that to all the other things that is going on, we're about to see some serious disruptions in American life.
In every single area.
In every asset of American life.
Aspect, that's right.
You got a shortage in the police. You got a shortage of jobs. Let me Salakia. The true unemployment rate is 50%.
Yes, at bare minimum.
All right. So I want you to think about this, you mathematicians out there. There's roughly 330 million people in America, in Babylon. About 105 people make up the 105 million make up the workforce. The rest of the other 200 plus million are children and elderly retired people. So that out of that 150 million strong, that 105 million roughly workforce, more than 50% are out of work. So that means that 50% are getting taxed. All right, and that's not enough money to support infrastructure and to support all the people, pensions, and the people that are. It's getting ready to be really fucked up here.
And there's famines all across America, but
around the world.
I was about to say Brazil and etc. You have that Suez Canal shit that's fucked up the chips, microchips, and so forth. And
which I think is done purposely.
Okay, it was all done.
I think that the microchips are being messed up because digital currency is digital. The digital system is about to go live, and they need those chips for other things, for the MOB.
That's right.
So I believe that's why they're coming up short.
They're saying that there's a lumber shortage, but then there's people saying that they're hogging and hoarding the lumber just like they're doing the diamonds. Esau is engineering this because Esau wants this to fall. If Esau wanted to fix this place, you know what the first thing he'll get rid of? Fractional reserve banking.
Yep.
If Esau sincerely wanted a recovery to the economy, once you get rid of fractional reserve banking and start dealing with gold and silver, it will naturally balance itself out in a very short amount of time. But when you play with fire, you're going to get burned. Because the majority of American people don't own all of that. It's really America. They're the government is the one taking out these $600 million.
And they put it on the people.
Right.
See, that's just it. And that's how you know Americans are some of the most docile, dummy, fucking
ignorant,
damn, sheeple. No. What's the word? They're zombies.
Yeah, zombies.
They mindless zombies because you have organizations within your government that's not even a part of your government controlling the government of the people that you vote for. The Federal Reserve, nobody voted for them.
That's right.
All right, but yet they control policy. They're like a fourth branch of government.
Shit, the CDC.
All right, they right. You exactly.
FEMA.
You got organizations that are not a part of your government, but yet they dictate and control policy.
People that we don't put into power.
Right?
And they
People you didn't even vote for.
Yeah.
All right. So Americans are not. This is not the home of the brave.
Dr.
This
Jones.
This is the home of the damn zombies. That's
And
why it's dead, man.
enslaved. The
It's
zombie
the
slave.
homes of the enslaved zombies, man.
That's it.
You bunch of dead people walking. That's basically what you are. What you got, brother?
Jeremiah 51 and I'm gonna start setting the main points at 8. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed.
Did that crack, brother?
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Main point is that Babylon is fallen. All right, the elders, brought up a few examples. They were saying the inflation is going to continue for the next 18 to 24 months. Okay, this stuff isn't going to slow down anytime soon, man.
Right.
It's going to get slow.
These stimulus is really fucking everything up.
Yep.
You put that on top of a food shortage, put that on top of fucked up water and civil unrest, you have a recipe for chaos, man.
And it's coming. It's coming fast. All right. Real quick, somebody get 2 Ezra 6 and 24, because that's about to become a reality, man.
Got it.
And I was going to say another thing too is you have a lot of people because Shapati brought out about the stimulus checks, and there's also the unemployment. A lot of people aren't going to work.
Salaki, not listen, hey, that's the spirit. The top dude, because I work in the balancing industry. Like in the top dude, I really just didn't want to work with the Shabbat, and I wanted to come here. But the top dude who do a lot of security shit in Chicago, he called me in the morning. And he was like, man, normally like before the health crisis happened, so to speak, in the summertime, nobody want to bounce because everybody want to party. But I was saying it's cold. I said, Ty, why don't no niggas want to go to work? And I was talking to him. I said, why don't no niggas want to go to work? He said they all got unemployment. He looked at me. He said, listen, none of these niggas want to bounce. I'm talking about dudes who bounce 7 days a week. Just even look at the women who come to the club that I knew prior to this. He said, he just told me on the phone. He said nobody wants to bounce because everybody's on unemployment. And we both started laughing. But he was laughing because he thought it was funny. I was laughing because I said, yeah.
I want to bounce.
Oh, no, man, shit, I got you. Hey, I got you, man.
He said
You
nobody
gonna come up
already.
on more than some money, boy. They gonna come in there, they gonna grab
Hey,
that deal.
you gotta have balance. You gotta,
God.
Okay.
It's a double-edged sword.
It's a hard deal.
Yeah, because I think about,
Them adulterous
when I
women,
was in
man.
the world, and yeah, I'm telling you,
They're adulterous. They're wicked.
it probably been easier for me now, but yeah, and I was young too, man, brother. Yeah.
We heard the stories.
I was gonna say to land back off the brothers, there's legislation. A lot of states are talking about cutting unemployment benefits.
Yep. Because of
Because
that.
of the job
Yeah.
shortage.
Yeah,
So
and
then
I saw that article earlier, and that's because a lot of people. Well, first of all, I don't blame them. These motherfuckers underpay. And when I say underpay, I have to make it an analogy or adjective to really give you the accuracy of it. Grossly underpaid
Grossly.
to go work at McDonald's. Do you know McDonald's is making trillions and billions of dollars? They say on their marquee over billions to serve. So why won't they say, you know what, we'll
And so
profit
let's do a little bit of math.
Mhm.
Over $1 billion served.
Yes,
And if the average person spends,
$5, and that's a low end.
and that's
I know,
a low
I-
end,
That's why I said that's
I
low.
would say 10.
Okay, say 10.
Because most people going to McDonald's are spending $10 or more, especially if they got little people with them.
20.
All right, so you got $1 billion. Let's just do $1 billion times 20.
You see it.
Let's do it.
That's insane.
Hey, and PS,
So you can't pay your employees.
they can't.
That's right. And you know what? They don't. And see, I'm like this. I am a capitalist too. If I made a business and I started this for my own, yes, I should get the motherfucking lion's share. But guess what? If McDonald's would say, and they would not even lose hardly no more money, but every one of their workers will love it. And they say, you know what? For every burger you flip, you get 10 cents. For every fry you sell, you get 5 cents. You know they wouldn't be at the drive-thru like, thank you for coming to McDonald's. How to help you? With a nasty ass attitude and shit. They'd be like, no, hey, thank you for coming to McDonald's. Hey, you want the McFlurry? You want this? With that?
You remember the stand up that Cat Williams did?
Oh,
And every damn hustling, right? Right.
that's how niggas
Jake
be
could be in there every day. They hustle,
Man, because they know that they'll
making
get
the
the
shit
market
out
share.
for fries.
Hell yeah. Because if they sold 100 fries that day time, 50 cents, goddammit, they make them an extra cut them for $10, $15, $20.
Maybe on Instagram, Facebook. Hey man, come on to Mickey D's, get these fries.
Come
man.
on.
We got them up, you know what I'm saying? Fresh and hot for you. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know, they be advertising.
And they will sell more, and McDonald's will make more, and the workers be happy. But Esau don't want you happy. That's why the scripture said somebody can get it.
He don't want you to
They
prosper.
defraud you and defraud.
Hey, but you know what? The scriptures tell you how to treat your servant and your
But not on
slave.
mine.
Literally, there's laws on how to treat your servant and slave. Well, they will be happy and they will be prosperous. But hey, this is the devil we speaks about, man. He'll give you
Emergency.
the least of the least, and he's taking the lion's share. You know?
This is the scriptures tell you, all right, that something is kept back, all right. James 5:4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which you kept back by fraud, they crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And that Sabaoth is the Lord of armies, man. All right. The Most High is done with this goddamn fucking place. And I was talking with the brothers the other day. The Spirit of the Lord is running rampant through the earth now.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the reason why the manly alpha male red pill Kevin Samuels / fit fearless and fit all fitness and all
those
of
guys.
My man, Undead Chronic.
you know what I'm saying?
Terrence Pop. A lot of people, you know, Terrence.
Right, because
You know,
the Lord is righting the
red
wrongs.
pill movement.
Right, because
Yeah.
he's righting the wrongs of Esau, but he's doing it on a male perspective. He's doing it in a financial perspective, showing you that hey, this money ain't what it is. They spend all this money pumping all this stimulus, and this shit ain't doing to the economy. Because guess what? You just printed it.
Right.
It's not backed by shit.
And when you got an Edomite, you know, talking about he want a virgin, something has changed, man.
Right.
The dude's motto is no hymen, no diamond.
Did you
Fuck these bitches.
Did you hear- did you-
And he's talking about the state of white women.
Oh yes.
So he do be going hard. I'm telling you,
Did
man.
you hear about
He heard.
Did you hear about the guy from the billionaire from Dubai who sued the Instagram, the nigga woman Instagram model OnlyFans bitch, who he got over and spent all his money on, and he sued her and telling the judge that she has some whack ass pussy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But right, whack ass pussy versus wet ass pussy. That's what it's whack ass. Because I guarantee you, the Most High is starting to show you women that you are losing your power. The Most High is showing you your money is fucking shit. He's showing you the economy is shit. His famine's everywhere. We are so full into a crisis right now, and no one knows it because they keep on putting band-aids.
Matter of fact, this would be a good time to play that short insert of what the brother said. Then we can start bringing these scriptures out.
So when we can start from the beginning?
Yeah, right. What he just like those first 2 minutes when he opens up. And a lot of brothers want to hear it. So
Might have to turn this back on. Yep. Hold on 1 second, because it goes to sleep and we don't play it. 1 second. So lucky.
While you doing it, I'm going to get that scripture. You
go ahead, brother.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 24. It says, "And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies."
And these not only are the citizens against each other, the politicians are against each other. And now you have, when it comes to the waters, the medicine in the waters, all right, you have groups of people now that the whole shaming thing that's going on, but now you have it in reverse because it's science that's backing up that people who have the waters, taking the waters, are actually making pregnant women and young children sick being around it, which you haven't heard anything in the media about this. So you got a school in Florida that's threatening to fire any of their teachers that have taken the waters. And then so you talking about division. They're so the left against the right against the left, the red against the blue. You know, these people are literally at war with one another, and a kingdom divided cannot stand.
Talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
God. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein.
Mm-hmm.
The springs of the fountains shall stand still.
So the fountains, meaning the water, but the fountain of food, the fountain of substance, the fountains of goods and services, everything is going to shut down, and it's halfway in a position to shut down. There's a shortage on everything.
That's it. It's a bubble. It's a car loan bubble. It's a student loan bubble. It's a housing bubble. It's a every single thing you put on the planet is a fucking bubble. Everything it's a crypto bubble, and they did that on themselves. They all matter of fact, Doge only went up because motherfucking hundreds of people put the money in on about the bam. It's bullshit. You cannot fabricate wealth out of thin air. So if you believe in the concepts of Esau, Edom, you're going to play their game. If you believe in the concepts of the Heavenly Father, money is real gold and silver. Okay, that's what just shot up. Gold and silver.
Yep.
Silver just went up to about $26 to $27. I bought it last year when at about $17. That's $10 per coin just went up. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They're projecting it's going to go.
I think it went up higher than that, or it's going to go up.
But no, they're projecting to go up to anywhere up to $300 an ounce.
So there you go, man. So which is actually sounds about right.
Because there's a precedent.
Because silver is the second best currency next to gold, man. And so silver has a way higher value on it than what they were giving it.
JP Morgan, who controls the putting up of the price, they got in trouble and got charged, and people had to get fired from the upper management by the commission because I'm
sure Jamie Dimon didn't get fired.
Of course not. Because of cornering the market and playing with the gold silver prices, right? And they have the most silver in possession. So this Esau always controls the deck. He is playing both sides. He's the one behind the Bitcoin. He's the one behind Doge. He's the one behind this and that. He lets all these little stupid motherfuckers put their money in that shit. When that shit gets pumped up, they cash it on out. They cash it out and they make their money. And then they then they try to lure people back in. People try to come back in and try to catch the fucking wave. I know two brothers, but
the whole stock market is fake right now.
That's it.
It's always been fake, bro. But right now,
here it is. It's 7 billion people in the world that got to do one thing, but that stock is at a side-to-side standstill. That shit, it should be at $500. How you said this is going to be the second. The first greatest robbery is these assholes taking our heritage. The second one is them getting people to trade paper for gold. This is going to be the third greatest robbery in this history. All these people gonna get hurt, man.
History of man.
Kyle, before you click on anything else, play that clip.
And you talk, brother. You ain't gotta stand up when you talk. Shit, shit, brother.
All right, everyone out there, stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Please like, share, and subscribe the video. Share it, yes, if you want.
That motherfucker.
America is dead. It's over.
Yes, it is.
Hold on. Hand claps.
Because he looks so.
And you hear it, his voice shook. His voice shook.
Yeah, he looks so. He took his glasses off. He is not happy. We're actually happy. Right?
This makes me think of it. I would almost get it, but John Boner. Yeah, you already know John Boner when he said America's broke. We're broke. For years and years, if you talk about $30 trillion in debt, nigga, you fucking broke. America's dead.
Got the nerve to try to collect the debt from somebody else.
Come on, bro.
But let them talk a little bit more.
They haven't told anybody yet, but it's coming. What we used to think of America, baseball and apple pie and hot dogs.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Wax only.
Apple pie.
Hardcore communism. Look at everything, man. They're just printing all this fake money.
And the more money they print, the more money goes into the market. The more money goes into the market, the more the business owners and the people who actually make shit need more of, because it's not backed by nothing. So the prices have to go up because it's depreciated, right? And then you got this, oh, well, there's a chip shortage. Oh, there's a corn shortage. Oh, there's a chicken shortage. I went to Popeyes the other day, and there was no tenders. That's all I wanted. And there was no chicken sandwiches. I was like, God damn.
This dude look like he fighting back tears.
Yes, he was.
But he's gonna let him talk a little
Fiat
bit.
currency, they're flooding it. And now your dollar doesn't buy as much as it used to a couple of weeks ago.
So
I mean,
Paul,
I've noticed.
he didn't say a couple years ago.
Couple
He said a
days.
couple weeks ago. There are things that are happening in such a dynamic way that it's affecting you immediately, man. Because I heard a brother say it. I think it was Shabbat. You said it earlier. Every time these, it could have been, every time the stimulus checks go out, the food prices go up. You said it right.
Damn.
And and so the food prices are just fucking outlandish, man. It's outlandish.
I went and bought normally 10 wings cost $10, $9.99. That shit was $15.
Hey,
So if people don't understand that prices aren't going up, the value of the dollar is going down.
And every store now.
And he's gonna, I think he mentions that how you're just gonna have to spend more dollars to buy the same shit. Well, he just said it. He said that your dollar doesn't buy the same thing it bought a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
It's gonna happen like what happened like was it Germany?
Weimar. Now look, today I was coming back from training, and I was on the 14, the express bus to catch on the 30 to take me on to the crib. 30 only literally stops a block from my house, but it's like the 30 that went past me that was supposed to turn around and come back, it never fucking came. So, and then the next one, and so I was standing out there a long ass time in the cold ass wind. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck's going on? And so I look at the next one, and it says, so the next one is coming, but it's 27 minutes. So I'm like, that's gonna be like an hour some change. Normally I'd have been home by then. So I decided to so I said, well, let me look. Maybe I just grab a lift and go home. That lift was $55. I was only 2 miles from home.
It's a shortage on those.
Look, it's just going to show you, man. Because I keep getting. You know why there's a shortage on Lyft drivers? Because a lot of people are afraid to lift because they're scared. They're scared. They're not scared of the carjacking. They're scared of catching something that don't really exist. All right. All right.
And another reason why
they're afraid to work. And some people don't want to go back to work because some people are mentally fucked up. You got people that run across the street when they see somebody that's not covered.
Yeah.
They literally are like run across the street.
Yes. Especially in the downtown area. You right, man.
I see, dude. I see
this and shit.
Yeah. Dude, you already got a mask on. They still pulling their shirt up. They got gloves on. Dude is carrying around an aerosol spray. And so he's spraying everything before he touches. These people, they have fucked people's minds up, man. Look, I don't want to get us a strike for something, for medical disinformation and things. But one thing that I do know is that viruses, and I'll just say this and only this, don't jump from person to person. Right? Something that jumps from person to person is man-made. Right?
Yeah,
man-made.
It was a technical.
Say you said I'm gonna get some of this.
Right. Right. That's all I'm saying. All right. You don't catch a cold by being in the same room with somebody who has a cold. All right. You don't catch the flu by being in the same room with someone who has the flu. You actually have to interact with them and to have some close quarter interaction. Either saliva kiss, hug, they sneeze on you or something to that effect, and then you can actually be infected. You pick up the same cup that both your cups down, and you pick theirs up and drink from it. You can get infected that way. All right, but me being sitting here, my sickness not just gonna jump across the room like a ninja, flip, fly through the
A
air
double flip.
like a
double
kung fu flip, right? And you know, it ain't gonna do that, man. So yeah, go ahead, brother.
Gas. Where I live, it's $4.10 a gallon for regular. $4.40 for Supreme. My motorcycle tickets. I mean, almost 2 gallon tank, and it cost me $10 to fill it up. Believable. Other news, you know. The price of gas is going to go higher too, which means the price of food is going to go higher.
That's it. Then he starts talking about other shit. I mean, no, but the whole video is
And
fire.
with the shutdowns and the lockdowns, it's. I mean, we're talking a road warrior scenario here. You know, I'm just looking at on Zero Hedge here some of the articles. The Fed embraces its inner Zimbabwean. Daniel took his job in 2003 with that need.
And if you don't know what in Zimbabwe is, the same thing brothers did about the Weimar Republic. In Zimbabwe, there was hyperinflation where their dollars were worth nothing but toilet tissue, just like Venezuela.
They were
They were making
purses and sewings using the money to create stuff.
Something
So they couldn't spend it, right? And just so you know, that was enough on him. I mean, the brothers should watch that video because the video is called "What I'm Doing Before the Societal Collapse." All right, and this dude right here is very informative, man. I've been watching him for years. He was the first one to expose the what's the word? The illegitimacy of the IRS. And then he also was and he also was the one that for value, how you could use he's the first person I've ever seen to talk about that, how you could use your Social Security number to pay off all your debts. All right, exactly. That was his whole thing. That was his whole deal, you know, and from him that led to other things. But nevertheless, that dude's some very informative information. And the fact that he even knew that was evidence back then that this place was finished.
That's right.
All right.
I mean, because America's been finished for a long time. Matter of fact, the Lord says, when you exalt yourself up, mount up to heavens, then shall you start breaking you down. That's why Trump was pushing that whole vibration of make America great again. America's been lost its savor. People are not fucking with America across the globe like they used to.
14:11.
All right. America has somebody also did a shameful spewing.
That's Isaiah 14:11.
Hey, the Apostle Elder Gabar about.
Well, Habakkuk. I'm sorry. It's Habakkuk 2:16.
He always says it, man. It's the circle under the drain process.
Is
The Elder Apostle Gabar always says, man, it's like when you fill the fucking sink with water and you take the plug out, the water is gonna go out eventually. He used to always say, America is circling the drain.
Oh yeah.
Call around me, how about you?
Hey, this is STD. Hey, this is Isaiah chapter 14 and 11. It says, "Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee."
That's the reason why I call for that. That pompous is brought down to the ground, man. And worms is synonymous with death and infection. Corrosion. This place is corroding away. Its infrastructure is corroding from the inside out, man. I mean, I remember Apostle Elder Gabar did a video a couple years ago about how all the major bridges in America got a D.
Yeah, the infrastructure.
You know, from an ABC D, most of them got a grade D, man.
And why if you go to any one of these cities? We were over here in Chicago. We already know about our craters. We don't call them potholes. We call them craters. Because you lose your axle. You can actually
you disappear now.
Right. Exactly. But I was in Dallas a couple weeks ago, and we were driving with the brother, I think Mark Allah, and he was like, "Do y'all have these potholes in Chicago like we do?" I said, "Oh, brother, y'all, this is lightweight. We have craters." And I, gave him the whole salt and the weather and whatever, right? And but even then, it looked like shit. You go to Vegas, you see potholes. You go to everything. America is, first of all, is a horrible runway.
Hey, look, what I just whispered in your ear. I just whispered in the brother Shabbat ear. I said the Appian Way.
And people don't know the Appian Way.
Because
the Appian Way fell apart. And what happened was that fucked up with merchandise coming in. It fucked up It was one part of the major downfall of ancient Rome. When you have an infrastructure like this, that one little mild earthquake comes.
America's mimicking it,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Because even though I haven't been out there in years, in Northern California, in the Bay Area, that's right next to Richmond. You know, y'all remember the movie Coach
Coach Carter?
Coach Carter? Because we used to, you know, when I was stationed in Concord, we used to go to the Richmond Mall to go get bitches. All right, we used to hit up all the malls. All right, but you know, Richmond is primarily a Jake town. It's mostly Judah and Issachar for the most part, and a bunch of broke ass Edomites. But right next to Richmond is a little suburban with a lot of money. Was the town of Hercules.
Yeah.
So you had, and the main road that led you into Hercules was the Appian Way.
Yeah.
All right. So just from information from communicating and talking to people, and then I also saw it on the news. The Appian Way is falling apart, and the town of Hercules is now broken. It's just funny how that's what happened in the ancient world.
Hey, so like it, Elder. Hey, you remember on that and real quick, as you said that Hercules was spiritual when that we was talking about the Vikings before the show. You remember the little weird dude, the fucking Wanderer?
The one who fixed
Yeah, the Wanderer. When he took Bjorn to Spain, he said, "What is that?" He said, "These are the pillars of Hercules." He said, "Good. The Roman Empire rules everything." Bjorn said, "He said that Roman Empire." He said that empire is over with. It's been dead for years. That was the spirit. Hey, that spirit. He said, "What are these two big ass like walls out to sea?" He said, "Those are the pillars of Hercules." He said, "Well, what's that?" He said, "It's the entrance to the Roman Empire." Bjorn was happy. He said, "Good."
Floki. Floki.
No, the Wanderer, not the boat.
The gay nigga.
Yeah. I'm trying not to say that, but yeah. But the weird one, right? And Bjorn was happy. He was like, "Yeah, the Roman Empire rules the whole world." And then he looked at him. He said, "No, the Roman Empire has been over with for years."
Hey, that's why King Egbert had that big ass swimming pool with all the paintings.
Yeah, he said this was the very last piece. It was a crumb of it. He said this bathhouse is a crumb of it. The rest of it is in Paris. But he said it. When them two pillars, it's very spiritual because he mentioned that Hercules town in California, that shit is on point, man. Because with that scene, he said, "No." He looked at him. He said, "No, it's been over with for years." Damn. Bjorn thought he was on. He said, "Damn." That's spiritual, man.
Yeah, it is, man.
That's dope, man.
Like the man said, America's dead.
That's it.
All right.
He said, "No."
It's dead. They just haven't told you yet.
Right.
I got it. This is the valley of the shadow of death, and it's about to show itself. And I do truly believe, and I hope that I'm right. But I truly believe that come July, August, late July and August, that America's gonna be in serious crisis.
I got something. This is Revelations 14:8, and they followed another angel saying, "Babylon is fallen. It's fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." And the third angel followed them. And that goes into the mark, and that's how everyone's going to be destroyed. But Babylon is America. All right, this is modern day America, and the Lord said it's fallen. So what happens when you fall? You break. All right, America's broke. It's fallen. It's dead. If you read Jeremiah 51:8, it talks about it says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. That's right. Say that again.
That's the stimulus.
That's the stimulus. They was trying to bail it out. There was all these little programs and all these little issues trying to prop it up. And the infrastructure is already fallen past quantitative easing. It's already fallen beyond the level of reproach, right? And let us go everyone into his own country. That's why almost every single major city, the hundreds and thousands of people are leaving every major metropolis, moving to rural areas and going to fuck back overseas.
Well, not only that, you've had over 8 million people leave blue states to go to red states.
Yeah.
All right, and that trend is just continuing.
Mhm.
And you got a lot of Democrats that are flipping to red now.
That's it.
You got to go to the
For her judgment
on
reaches,
top of that.
for her judgment reaches up into heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So now the Most High smells this judgment. The Most High's got this is a smoke in his nose. The Most High Spirit is actually pushing the like he's throwing hooks in Russian jaws.
That's right.
He's throwing the hooks into Iran. Come on, y'all want to start? Now you got
And they
Iran.
warring.
Yes.
They
Yes,
are
sir.
warring, man.
Come on.
That thing is not going to slow down.
Oh yeah.
It is not going to slow down over there, man. And it was beautiful the way the Israelis, the imposters over there, are deporting 45 Jakes.
Yep.
All right, out of real Israelites out of the land, which didn't belong there anyway. But then the Lord turned around and killed 45 fake ones.
Damn.
Wow.
That's it,
Yeah.
right. And women and children and included. So I'm like the God, fuck them babies.
Fuck.
Right? Fuck them
No, you like, look, fuck them
Fuck
kids.
them nigga babies, man. But and then I watched a video with the elder. Was it Aina? I think it might have been Elder Aina. Well, he came with the point of view that
GMS on there, yeah.
he came with the point of view that that those 45 that the Lord is getting ready to do things in that land, man.
That's it.
Now we know that the least of the flock is going to draw them out, so it's just so much on the table, man. So the Lord may get ready to, the mass death is getting ready to start happening over there, and the Lord, those 45 may be of the elect, man.
Hey, don't they got the highest rate of UFO sightings out there?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. They have a lot. I know they have a lot down in South America.
I also see that.
But I'm sure they see a lot of them. But what I do know is that they got the highest depth of skin cancer from in the land. But I thought they're supposed to dwell in safety alone.
Right.
But so how you gonna be the people of the Lord dying from the sun?
Right.
The sun, they like funky, right? You die from the sun. You right. You got suicide bombers and niggas throwing rocks at you and dying in the sun at the same time, man. But you the people of the Lord, though.
Oh, where your slaves at? Where your slaves? You gotta have slaves. First of all, you gotta have your Howard Shai. Then you gotta have King David. You gotta have the elect with spiritual powers. What you saying, Rala?
They fit zero prophecy.
If this was baseball, you'll be through.
Right.
Feel like it, Elder Malcolm.
No, they fit. I was just
You got it.
laying back at what you. They fit zero prophecy. All right, that's what it comes down to. All about prophecy, man. All right, like there's a did you brothers see that video that Apostle Elder Tahar did when he was talking about that book that some Jake wrote about and basically, let me, instead of trying to clearly nobody wants to saw it because it would be
I get Prince Earl.
I feel bad. I feel like shit.
no, it's all good.
I just don't remember the
If
name.
anybody
No, it's
seen it posted,
here it is right here. It's a book called Hiding the Hebrews.
I saw that.
Did America kidnap the lost tribes of
I
Israel?
checked that.
All right, so so somebody get Psalms 83 real
I saw
quick.
that.
I got it.
And so, all right, so now while you hold it, let me read this insert from the book. All right,
I'm pulling up.
and it says, are the tribes of Israel really lost, or were they hidden as prophesied in Psalms 83? The Bible seems to indicate, nor does it seem to, it does. The Bible indicates, I'm going to just say that, a multinational racial conspiracy to hide Israel and wipe out the memory of who they really are. If this is true, it is true. Then history as we know it has been hijacked. It was. All right, and it is only through searching that we will find the truth. In this book, you will find answers to the following questions. Hold on. All right. Here it is. Why does 1747 English map place the tribe of Judah on the slave coast of Africa? Why do slave ledgers show slaves being registered with Hebrew names fresh off the ships? Why do slaves sing songs in Hebrew and call out Yahweh, for help? All right. Now I mentioned when I did the video, I mentioned how Uriah brings that point out often.
All the time.
Right?
Because it's undeniable. When you, that's how you're supposed to make this.
How you come from Africa singing Hebrew songs?
Come on, brother.
All right. They were refugees in Africa. They weren't from there. Why did Hamashiach mention the slavery of Israel as a sign of the end of an age? Second age. All right, and also the curses. Hold on, one more to the question. And then the last one says, "Are the times of the Gentiles coming to an end?" He just said that America is dead. It's never coming back.
That's right.
Well, that's Psalms 83.
And
Yes,
if anybody
sir.
wants, that's from
Yes,
the Hebrews. Right?
I'm actually gonna probably get this.
Yeah, we gonna have to get it. And this I'm gonna have to repost this in orders. But I actually seen that. I was talking to brother. Otherwise, I would have chimed in on it. But this is it's only about $5-10.
Yeah, it's
$10 on paper.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, we get it and start going into it. It's gonna. They're gonna. Next thing you know, they're gonna be asking $100+ for it to keep people from buying it.
This is Psalms 83:1. It says, "Keep not thy silence, O God, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thine hidden ones."
So the Israelites will be referred to as hidden, or they would be hidden, and they would not be called Israelites.
That's right. That's why Yahweh said, "I only come for the lost tribes of Israel." He said lost. Why? Because if you're lost, you don't know your way where? Home. You don't know who you are. That's Isaiah the 3rd chapter.
So then, how could you claim to be Israel if you know who you are?
It's impossible. That God, how are you going to stir up your mind, pure mind, by way of remembrance when you already know?
I remember.
I know, but I'm going to know again.
Total recall.
You know that.
Right.
You know now.
This is verse 4. It says, "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance."
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I may real quick hit this Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear," you know what, verse 29. It says, "If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations whither I will scatter them." According to this Psalms 83, it talks about these nations that have taken crafty counsel, and that was confederate against us. And they said that, come and let us, who is us? These are the nations that we were scattered to in subjection to them. And they said that let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. This is what these other nations, our enemies, have done. All right, because we messed up with our father. All right, and so it says back in this Baruch 2:29, "If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves."
Yes.
All right, they shall remember themselves. Why do we have to remember ourselves in our captivity? Because our captors have taken crafty counsel, and they came together with one consent, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So the true people who are the Israelites, all right, they wouldn't know that they were the Israelites, because our captors have taken that out of our remembrance. See, but what our captors, who are our carnal people, didn't expect and understand was the Spirit, all right, was going to come upon us, All right, and we're gonna be stirred up in our minds by way of remembrance.
Hey, 2 quick points that the elder brother said. Hey, Wisdom of Solomon, I mean, well, it literally, you know, ultimately it goes into the cherries, but in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, I think it is, he said they will marvel at the strangeness of their salvation. One into what the elder brother saying, they spent trillions of dollars, hired trillions of coons to downplay this right here. That's why in the book of
Hiding
Revelations,
evidence.
that's why in the book of Revelations it said he poured out the spirit on them. He said them 2 prophets, their bodies lay dead in the streets, which spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. They never thought that this hoax they threw over our eyes would backfire on us. With the old timers to say hoodwink,
Bamboozle, run them
That's
up.
right.
Let it
If I may, let me finish
No,
this
you got
last
it, but I
verse.
just wanted to make that quick point.
Yeah, Khan. This last verse
Yeah,
of
brother.
Baruch chapter 2, verse 31. It says, and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. How? By way of the Holy Spirit, the Comforter. That's how it, because in John 14, it says the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance. All right, and that's a spiritual thing. That's divine intervention. All right, that the Father is going to bring back what was taken from us back to our remembrance, and that's what's happening before your eyes this very day, right now.
And they don't like it. Did you go back and read those? Go back to Psalms 83.
Yep. So back in this Psalms 83 and 4 again.
Look up how many times conspiracy is in the Bible.
So
they try to say we're a bunch of conspiracy theorists and all this other thing.
Yep.
But what he's reading about is that the Bible said that there will be a multinational, a whole bunch of different races of people who would conspire to hide who the Israelites are. The Bible tells you that clearly. He's reading it.
Yep.
And then Baruch makes it clear that it happened.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead, brother.
Back in.
I know I gotta quote the brother Ratazawanya, man, the elder brother Benji, because he's not here, man. Conspiracy, yes. Theory, no.
This is 35 times.
35 times.
35 times.
That is mentioned. So the Bible said, so when did conspiracy become a bad word? All right, please tell me.
Right.
When he came against Esau.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
And the Lord said, Jeremiah 11:9, and the Lord said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. So there's going to be a whole bunch of conspiracies in the last days, man.
Right.
But guess what? Something's going to be the truth.
That's
and
right.
Something's going to be the so-called fake ass conspiracy.
Right. Because this is the breath of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? That we're speaking. See, they conspired together on the left-hand side on some wicked, carnal, wickedness, basically. All right. But this right here is through the breath of Yahweh Shah. What you gonna say?
It's the spirit, because I can't remember which apostle said it, but I know they said they were standing out on the line, and some dude pulled up in a limo, rich guy said, how did y'all find this out?
Right.
We spent trillions,
Yeah.
He said we spent trillions of dollars to have this information. How do y'all know this? And they got their limousines and slammed the door.
Hey, see, but that's that's that Corinthians where it says the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God. All right, because these things that we speak of is foolishness unto them. All right, but these things that we speak is spiritually discerned. All right, and it's all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
This is
Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 10:5. Moreover, the nations in their wicked conspiracy being confounded, she found out the righteous and preserved him blameless unto God and kept him strong against his tender compassion toward his son. The Lord said that these nations ain't but nothing but filled with wicked conspiracies. And he's going to confound them.
So they try to
flip
flip the narrative.
Right.
All right. When they're the biggest conspirators.
Yes,
right.
And they conspired to hide who we were. And you know what it is that each generation of Edom has been living deliciously along with their co-conspirators.
Kept back by fraud.
And now this particular generation is here now. They're the ones that are taking the brunt of the exposure.
Yep.
And they don't like it.
Yep.
But it's okay. It's nothing you can do about it, man.
Nothing, because we're all subject to the prophecies of this word.
Yeah, and you got and it's a payback coming.
That's right. That's according to the word.
And right now, what did Esau pay back for the putting us on slave ships? All those Jewish slave owners who bought them. What about the one they hung us and raped us on the plantation?
Raping us and hanging us?
None of that.
And well, the Bible says for a sentence against an evil word.
Wasn't it over 100,000 hangings in America?
Oh, man.
That's just on record.
All right, that's just the ones.
Right. Times a million.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. You can times that by a million.
They actually had an American Horror Story. They actually did a whole segment about the woman in Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana, Madam something, that wicked bitch.
Yeah, where she was actually torturing Jake.
Yeah, no, that was a real lady.
That was
based off a real story.
I went to go see her mansion.
Yeah, she would break their bones and then let them heal in the wrong directions so she could create freaks and shit
Yes,
like that.
yes, make the whole fucking freak show. Yeah.
She was so.
I mean, it's the same thing that
Esau even ran her ass back over to Europe.
They did, yeah.
They
She
ran
was
that
bugged
bitch
out, man.
over.
She had a whole fucking
See, but that-
freak show for Jake, man.
But this is what Esau been doing. There was a report how a lot of these Harvards and Yales and so forth are getting shitted upon right now for all those bones that they be using to teach one of them. There's a lot of Jake that they killed and massacred and tortured, and they got these bones on display. Some just on display, some for teaching, whatever. And it's just wicked, you know.
So, but the same niggas, like you, Rala, the same niggas, because that's all the fuck they are. They say that in the past, that's your grandfather, that's your grandmother, that's your auntie. They blood in your veins, you fucking monkey.
I don't want to go.
Esau, yeah.
I don't want to go watch no.
Yeah, Esau,
slave. I don't want to.
you niggas
I'm good.
some fucking kibbles and bits, and it's all good because you got a fucking bald head and a Mercedes.
Hey, well, that's,
The Lord gonna get rid of you fucking
hey,
niggas.
that's why it says a gift destroyed the heart, man. All right, they give you a little something, and then that destroy your heart, which the Hebrew word for heart is la, which means your mind. All right, so your mind gets destroyed because here it is, they give you these so-called gifts, man. See, but it says, hey, if he do something good, it's ultimately to do something wicked. All right,
Just the overplay for the underlay, what they call it.
He was shady with his
yeah, go ahead, brother. What you got?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 8. And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the
And
wise,
you've been bringing that scripture.
and perverteth the words of the righteous.
Hey, read it again, brother. I'm about to add this to the repertoire. You've been bringing out the last couple of days. But read it. I know, yeah. Read it again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 8. And thou shalt take no gift.
So what the fuck? You want a bribe? What can you sell? Matter of fact, motherfuckers are so easy to sell out for fucking. These are pennies. You talking about a PPP? You talking about a goddamn stimulus? This is nothing. That is not even it's not even a penny. You selling out for nothing. You nigglets and niggerettas, you all are fucking selling yourself out and just bending yourself over for nothing.
Right. Hey, they want to succeed.
That's right.
They want to succeed in a world that's slated for destruction when the Lord said that he's going to give you everything, an eternal kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? See, but you want something right now. That's just like Esau, man. You know what I'm saying? It's my money and I want it now.
Listen, like I said it on the line. I said it on the line yesterday. I said you niggas got that J.G. Wentworth spirit. It's my money and I want it.
Hey, it's like
the scripture. I said real quick. Throughout the scripture, it says, "Wait for me, man."
See what?
Wait for me. All right, and to get what we're ultimately, he said, "I go to prepare a place for you." To get that, which is the kingdom of
And our
heaven.
people can't do that.
No.
Exactly.
And just like our women can't do that. They you know, and I understand that too. When they not to change the subject, but you have to understand. We like when these women transgress against us, and the pain and the anger that you feel. That's the same pain and anger that the Lord felt.
That's right.
We transgress against them, which and it makes it clear, and I understand it so clearly now.
Yep.
Right, and that's why we're cursed to experience that and go through that, because that's what we did to the Lord. But the difference being is that you got people who are sorrowful and want to return unto the Lord.
Right.
All right. And then you got that woman who's not sorrowful, that she's actually happy about what she did.
Right. Hey, if I may say, and it was all through the Spirit that all this had to happen, because it was for our learning in the first place. All right. It was all for us to become perfected as the gods that we are. that we had to go through the straight gate, that we had to, it says, hey, we glory in tribulation, knowing that tribulation, it worketh something. All right? We're about to be righteous. That's why he said, man, if you suffer with me, then we shall be glorified together.
Drink another cup.
You know what I'm saying? We have to go through this because this is what's perfecting us. That's why the Lord said, blessed are those who's not offended in me, man. What you got, bro?
Hey, this is the back up the elder. This is Jeremiah 31:20. Hey, and also to back you up, hey, you yielded the peaceable fruits, man. Fruits that are meat. What did he say? John the Baptist, which was the greatest prophet, ISUBK. All right. Okay. Hey, what did he say? He said, "Hey, man, get y'all ass the fuck up out of here, man. All right. Well, who warns you, motherfuckers, to flee, man?
Right.
Bring forth fruits that's meat for repentance. Those that were meat to go through the straight gate, right? This is Jeremiah 31:20. This is the back of what you said. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child?" Which is talking about the northern kingdom, right? But really all Israel. "Since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still. Therefore my bowels are troubled for him. I will surely have mercy upon him, says Yahweh." Hey, so the back of the elder, man, you know, when you gotta kick that bitch out, you still feel some kind of weight. You know what I mean?
Hey, Yowana, I've been saying all week, man, all fucking week in the lessons and with the brothers. I said the Lord has two women. For you niggas that don't deal with women, hey, the Lord has two women, man. And I heard the Apostle Elder Tahar say this a long time ago, and I don't want to quote him verbatim, you know, but he said that to understand the truth, you gotta understand women and children to understand how the Lord and the truth it operates.
That's why
I always say the Lord has two women. He has an adulterous woman, and who's consenting with the rapist, which are you 2/3. And he has a chaste virgin.
That's right.
He has a comely and delicate woman.
That's right. And the Lord said, if you don't have the mind of a
The
child,
elect lady.
right.
Say it again.
Yeah, like lady.
Exactly.
My love.
St. John, the 3rd chapter.
That's right.
You niggas need to read.
That's right. And it says, if you don't have the mind and the heart of a child, you're not fit for the kingdom.
Exactly.
So the Lord wants you to have, he wants you to be humble. He wants you to be penitent. You catch a child do something wrong and they didn't know, and they what they gonna do? They gonna repent.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry about, and they gonna sincerely cry, and they gonna and they gonna think about twice about doing it. If somebody wrongs them, you know how instantly they forgive their friend. Let Nama make Naya mad, or Naya make Nama mad. Well, how quickly do they be back to like this? Within seconds, right? They come and say, I'm sorry. And then they fix it down the back plan again. We are so fucking convoluted, making shit so much, moving away from the simplicity that's in Yahweh Bashim outside, because we're following the complexity of sin. Because one lie got to follow another fucking lie who got to be backed up by another lie. We got to go put some whole other shit to back that up versus the simplicity that's in the Lord.
Yeah, that sounds like the curriculum in the school going for Esau.
Yes.
The science class. But no, that brother's been lighting the comic board up. I started reading them, man. It's that Psalms 144:11.
Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity. So right now, the so-called Jewish people are the real Israelites. How does that fit to them right now?
It doesn't fit them at all.
Because they're straight.
They fit zero prophecy. Zero. None.
Are they having a problem controlling the Palestinians?
They can't control their own people, man.
Come on, bro.
All right.
And they spraying their own people with some shit called skunk water.
And the elder got something.
I got something. So this is another prophecy that don't fit them at all. It's Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass that in a place where it is said unto them, ye are not my people.
Come on, bro.
There, so-called Negroes, Latino Native Americans, these people up and down swear make people Lord.
Because they consulted together with one consent, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
Right.
That's why that happened.
That's that multinational group of people, that collusion of that lie, that conspiracy. Well, go ahead.
But yeah, you people call yourself Jews, you're not going through this, man. Side is picture, man.
Right?
This ye in the place where it said unto them, ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And that's what's happening right now.
And that reminds me of that scripture in 2nd Esdras where it says, the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. It was so long without fruit because they was in power. Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. They consulted together with one consent. They erased who we were. All
I'll
right.
give you a perfect example.
Mhm.
In 1783, the president of the Smithsonian Museum decided that any artifacts, all right, any artifacts that predated Columbus, and those were the artifacts that had a lot of Hebrew writing, you know, different things that had Hebrew relics that came from the so-called Middle East, or the evidence that the natives actually had a written language and it was in Hebrew. He deemed that those things could not be put out on display. So that was him trying to hide the truth. How are you gonna be if anything found that predates Columbus, we can't display it. So what that means that you're deliberately trying to hide the truth.
That's right.
You hid the truth to who these people. Why? Because they were part of that conspiracy, of that multinational conspiracy that tried to hide who we were.
Hey, it says he covered the faces of the judges
God,
thereof.
to get that veil that was
The anointed cherub.
I was just
That covered the anointed cherub. Hey, also the Vikings, they try to call them runes. That's fucking Paleo Hebrew. The Vikings was right in Hebrew. They got swords and shields and
Hey, that right,
paleo.
that right. I remember I posted in the Bishop room.
Yeah.
I posted that paleo, that
That
Viking
sword.
sword of the kings with the paleo Hebrew.
Yeah.
But the runes was casting a lot. Like even if you watch the one with the Danish Vikings, the Last Kingdom, that
Right.
the Elder Malcolm Alike. Remember, Ucha told him. He said, "Uber don't listen to nobody but the witch." And the witch, basically, he was just casting a lot. The warlock dude, he was stealing the runes. Story, exactly. Story was casting lots, but he had the stones with the paleo on them, man. Hey, you all know what's up, man, because the Gadites, the Reubenites, who, when you go into books like, what's that, Arthur Colas to the 13th tribe, when you go into lost tribes in Promised Land, they got all that paleo Hebrew. Why did the Vikings write that same thing? And at the end of the last Vikings, you see them come over there and they fuck with Gad, and he asked him, he said, "How do you speak our language?" Hey, you motherfucking doubles are through, man.
Hey, man, just one thing. Yesterday, I ended up doing
These devils finished, man.
an escape room with one of my family members, right? Now, you can't videotape none of that. You go in, that was supposed to be like a lost cave or something, natives or whatnot. All the symbols was Hebrew. Paleo Hebrew right there. And I was pissed. I said, I can't record them.
Damn.
Wow.
Where were you at?
I was in what was that? Oak Brook. Is that Oak Brook?
I've been still because I still be sneak recording. They can't catch your shit. Next time, now you let me know we gonna talk. I'm gonna catch that shit. I know exactly what to do with that shit.
I got things
I mean, real quick, just to back up the brothers, because it is a conspiracy. And this book that I have here proves that it was a problem for them. It's called The Medieval Empire of the Israelites by Robert Grisham and Vladimir.
Been trying to get that book.
The brothers in I took pictures of it. The brothers in Wisconsin have it. And right now, if you look on Amazon, it's $1,000 right now.
Yeah.
Right. But on the 30th page, on the third paragraph, it says, "It must be said that the problem of the South American Jewish Indians have been occupying minds in Europe since as early as the 17th century."
Wow.
So it's since the 1600s at least, man.
Say that one more time and say it slow, bro.
They've been
They gotta say it one more
They
time.
know.
This shit gotta manifest.
Yeah, you gotta say it one more time.
So
You gotta marinate.
not only are they admitting that they knew that we were Israelites, but not only that they know, but it was a problem to them, man. So I'll read it for the brother. It says, "It must be said that the problem of the South American Jewish Indians have been occupying minds in Europe since as early as the 17th century." You know, and that's just a little bit, man. There's hella heat in here, bro. You know,
Hey, who was ruling Europe, man? And it's funny, hey, you go. It's funny. We never seen the inside of country. You don't want to expose too much of your history,
right?
But you go through great lengths to hide this.
But this is the controversy of
They don't show you
Zion.
inside, bro.
When you read Isaiah the 34th chapter, the Lord talks about that. Controversy is Zion. You have a nation whose history's been beaten out of them, and somebody who stole their nationality.
God.
Oh, he got script. I got one right here.
There's a book called 103 Amazing Facts About the Black Indian of the Western Hemisphere outline. The book is $250,000.
God damn.
But you know what they got? You got PDF, which is free. So I screenshot a couple. Number 18, it says most early European writers during the 1400s throughout the 1800s, including pale-skinned Jews, all agreed that the heathen savage of the Western Hemisphere, aka Indians, throughout the Americas were without a doubt descendants of the lost tribes of Israel.
They knew it. So what they doing, man? It's the evidence is overwhelming. You just purposely choose not to put it in your mainstream media and talk about it, but then you create words like anti-Sem, right? Bullshit like that. So basically, anytime you're faced with the truth, you come with that anti-Sem shit.
Nobody knows what it means. They're doing something to them.
Right.
They don't know what it is. You do it. It's something hateful is happening towards you.
He said that in the NWA movie. He said that's anti-Semitic. He said it's a fucking rap battle. The dude who played Easy. He said it's a fucking rap battle. Don't nobody know what that means.
Right.
We gonna get into a fight and we gonna make some records.
Hey, what you got, brother?
Because this scripture right here, Esau doing all this. I mean, that's what he was blessed to do.
Bring it up.
Right?
This is Ezekiel 28:14. Thou art the anointed cherubim that covered.
Right. So that's why he I mean, this dude just went to great lifts to change everything.
That was it, but that was his job.
A diligent search.
If we could finish this Psalms 144 on there.
Time. It says, rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
And that's what they're all about. Falsehood. It says they're speaking vanity. It's really pointless. All right, at the end of the day, and then this is what they teach everybody that's under them. You know what I'm saying? Straight up vanity, because everything that they about is ultimately going to end in a downfall and death. All right, everything. All right, it's pointless. That's why it says that you know it was some of our people that was born in vain, because right now is the time in this present evil world is for us to learn and produce fruits of righteousness and go through all these experiences and yearn for righteousness. Yearn.
I just want to say, because you'll never appreciate anything if you haven't gone through anything or fought or worked hard for to get it, man.
Right.
But we're going to appreciate the kingdom of heaven when it finally comes.
Hey, that's why the scripture says, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. We have to accept that tribulation because that tribulation worketh for us.
That's right. And it's we're atoning for our sins. If you think
my video, I said we get one day to atone. In reality, we need to atone every day.
And Micah said it. He said, "As for me, I will bear the indignation."
Come on.
This is what the Lord got against us.
That's
but
right.
then he topped it. He said, "Then I will see her who was my enemy be trodden down as my in the street."
That's right. And,
you motherfuckers got something coming, man.
I got something. Real quick, I'm gonna hit 3 verses and hit it fast. It's Wisdom of Solomon 2:21. It says, "Such things that they imagined and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them." Thought you was really gonna hide the Lord's heritage.
Right. It said blinded them. So they start to believe their own goddamn lie.
Because they're the delusion too. So when you commit sins, you are put under a strong delusion. Especially when you don't especially when you're not following Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Either he that is not with me is against me. So if you're against the Heavenly Father, you are under a strong delusion. So you are actually psychotic. You're actually motherfucking crazy. Isaiah, the 1st chapter, the 3rd verse, when it says putrefying swords, wounds. Come on, bro.
Right. It says, "As for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, nor hope for the wages of righteousness, nor discern the reward for blameless souls." So if we do these things, I'm gonna read the next verse. It says, "But Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be in an image of his own eternity."
And that's talking about the Israelites.
Yeah. All
Yeah, you
12
just gotta-
tribes. Ain't no fucking one tribe either. You stupid ass nigga, man. Me and the brothers walking out. We walking down the street. This nigga, he was talking about some old stupid shit. That nigga bust out the club, man. These niggas got these dumb doctrines. He greeted us. They either got 2 doctrines outside of the truth. It's either 13 tribes or it's just the Southern Kingdom.
Hey, but you
The
got
Most
Latinos that
High is
do that
gonna
shit, too.
bring you niggas out, man. What you say, y'all?
They got Latinos that say that it's only Latinos that are.
Them too, cause
Oh,
they
well,
fucking niggas, man. Hey, the Lord. Hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
The Lord
Same
don't
shit.
cut no
Yeah, in
corners,
case you
man.
brothers didn't know, yeah, you got some Northern Kingdom.
Yeah, I watched
they
that
say
page.
they say all Judah is basically they saying that Judah
Hamites.
is Hamites.
Yeah. Then they say
The only Israelites are the other Hispanics and natives.
that don't even make
The
sense.
Negroes are Hamites.
Hey, but what cuts that is Ezekiel 37. It says, no longer shall there be 2 nations, man.
Revelations,
So how?
said 11.
Yeah, look.
No, Ezekiel, go ahead, do your
Yeah,
thing, brother. But
remember?
I always put them together. The 2 sticks, which
Yep.
is dudes, men like me and men like him. All right, the 2 sticks. You got Ezekiel the 37th chapter. First of all, you got the whole fucking Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Hey, listen, man.
Well, Jeremiah 15:33.
There you go. Judah and Jerusalem were pressed together. That one, which I learned that from this elder brother. And the same thing. Listen, in the world, right? I was in the Chicago scene, in the gangbanging world, right? Jake, so Black Jake and Latin Jake don't really they get along if they in certain type of gangs. But the only thing they really agree on, they know they the same people, just because of the oppression. Hey, this brother seen me literally walk up on a cartel, nigga, and pick up trucks with AKs.
The fucking cartel, man, and they not.
They looked at me, the nigga shook my hand, the nigga said, well, yeah, we is the same people. He said, nigga, we like kings. He threw that shit up. He said, the niggas from Texas. The only one was from Chicago. They're from Mexico and Texas. Was the nigga that was driving 3-4 truck, big ass deep. I walked up on the middle of the cartel with my drink in my hand, talking shit to him. They said, nigga, we the same people. I said, nigga, you know we the same people. Just off oppression. You niggas are stupid, man. These are our people.
Hey, they got the Lord's name and they lit.
Yeah, hey, listen, the original, and that even go to it, hey, because the original, like the Latin Kings, I'm going to give you an example. In Chicago, where it all started, the Latin Kings, you know, or the Spanish lords, all right, the Latin Kings, they go under the 5-point star. It's just a history lesson, but it's a mystery lesson. I ran into an old king in the penitentiary when I was a young man, before the truth. He sat me down and told me, he said, I know that we get together with the folk, but he was talking about, because the folks and the kings, the folks and the brothers and the vice lords and the Blackstones, they don't really like each other. But that old king, he said, they don't really know what's up. Just like they showed you that in that fucking movie.
And you
What's
know
that?
what?
Blood in, blood out.
And guess what? That's nothing new under the sun.
It's nothing. He
Because
said,
that's all that was going on with the Irish, the Scots, and the Brits.
the Brits, the Saxons, the
and the Danes.
Yeah, sure.
They were all the same damn people, man. They were all Israelites, and they weren't pale. They weren't. And I'm so tired of
that blonde hair,
all
man.
these TV shows. That's why it took me so
That
long.
long blonde hair, that
It took
glory.
me so long to start watching those shows because I was so irritated by this blonde-haired, pale male being a Viking, and then not.
That's right.
All right, you're not the Jews.
Not at all.
You're not the you're not the Irish. You're not the Scots. You're not the Brits. All right, and you're not the fucking Irish. You're none of that, man. You people are the fucking Edomites. You are the Edomites that the Bible speak of. You damn heathen ass heritage stealing sons of bitches. That's all
right.
you are, man. And now your time is up and you exposed. And I can't wait till the Lord allows us to put our hands on it.
That's right.
Hey, at the end of that man's sentence, when he told me that old school Latin king, he said, I know. And I didn't even understand it. When it came into the truth, it was full spectrum. Going to the line of the tribe of Judah. This dude was twice my age. I was 18 years old in the penitentiary. He looked me in the eyes. He said the original symbol was a lion with 2 6-point stars in his eyes. We brothers. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Hey, why did those gangs start, man?
He shook me straight up. He said, listen, he was the king. In the penitentiary, he wasn't even supposed to be talking to me, man. The Lord did that, man. He said it was a lion. He talked about it. He kept saying it. He said, he looked at me, man. He said,
Damn.
Lion. 2 6-point stars in his eyes. He says, you one of the folks. It's a lion. He was a king. Tattoos head to toe. Said it's a lion. He kept saying it with 2 6-point stars in his eyes. And I didn't know what the fuck.
And now that's the same.
That's the spirit.
Right, because they you know the Latin kings, the lion is part of their symbol, man.
That's right.
You want me to hit back in this Psalms 83?
Yeah, we gonna matter of fact, we gonna get ready to wrap it up with that.
So back in this Psalms 83 and verse 4, it says, "They have said, 'Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, that they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes."
I thought everybody was cool with the Lord. Anybody can make it.
The lollipop.
Gabal and Ammon and Amalek.
But he said these are his enemies?
These are enemies. These are nations of people that's still on the earth today.
So the Lord has enemies.
Absolutely.
Why is not the Christian church, vocab, State Malone?
The church.
Let him finish it, brother. Let him finish. Keep reading, brother.
Yep.
I'm gonna read this again right behind it.
It says, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined together with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera and to Jabin.
And if you go to all these stories, that was
brother.
fucked up.
Let him finish it, because I want to read this right behind it.
It says, "Do unto them as unto the Midianites."
Matter of fact, go back up and just list the names again.
Yes, sir. It's back in verse 6. It says, "The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto
Stop
them."
right there, brother. The Bible seems to indicate a multinational conspiracy to hide Israel and wipe out the memory of who they really are. If this is true, and it is, then history as we know have been hijacked, and it's only through searching that we will find the truth in this book. And the number one truth is found in the book that he's reading from.
That's right.
All right. But go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I thought we was about to end.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So this is the book of Matthew 24 and 14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come."
Con, one more, brother. Go. You quoted it. As a matter of fact, it's on the screen because Kazak put it up. That's 2 Ezra 6:20.
For evil. Hey, Shalom, brother.
Shalom,
Shalom, all the brothers on the comment board.
For evil shall be put out. He did. Selected. 2 Ezra 6:27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome.
And we overcoming corruption, man. That's why they hate us so.
And the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared.
So there it is, man. The truth is being declared.
In your face.
And Esau, Edom is fallen. And like the man said in the beginning, America is dead. It's dead. All right, so with that, we will give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
We fucking play school, man.
I needed that, boy.